This is Thaddeus from Going Nerdy, and if you have been following the weekly show Talking Mando with myself and the two gentlemen from the Escape Pod cast, then you've been missing out. Every Sunday night we talk about the previous week's episode. We break down what we have, what we saw, what we liked about it, what we disliked about it. And here's the thing, that one's very spoiler heavy. One thing that I have absolutely loved about this series is the Mandalorian going about exploring the galaxy, seeing new sides. Obviously, Baby Yoda is a huge part of my love for the story. But really what we're seeing is a loner who needs help. Now, I said this in the last episode of Talking Mando, but one of the things that every Star Wars story to date has in common is you cannot do this alone. Jedi Masters, Jedi Knights have Padawans. Sith have, their Sith acolytes. Every book, whether new canon, whether old canon, all of them revolve around a single group of main characters coming together to solve a problem. Now, in the last episode, Nev pointed out that this very much feels like Three Amigos type movie. What's interesting though is that trope, that concept of a warrior coming to rescue a village is a concept that is very popular, very common among samurai movies. If you look at old westerns, it is very common there. And we know that Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau have patterned The Mandalorian after those spaghetti westerns, after those samurai films. Now, what was absolutely interesting to me is after I was going through kind of watching some stuff after the last night's show or the other night's show, I stumbled upon the trailer for upcoming episode 6. Now, for those of you who are not into spoilers, I say turn back now, but for those of you who are excited like me to see episode 6 and you're kind of okay with spoilers, then let's go ahead and break this down. First and foremost, this was an awesome video. This was an awesome, back and forth. Now, one of the things that we have all been kind of frustrated with is you see IG-11 episode 1, Mando takes him out. Right? It's so frustrating because you have this character you kind of start to fall in love with, and then boom, Mando shoots him in the head. In this latest episode, we see another IG, what looks like 11, standing with Cara Dune. Now let's watch this scene play out real quick.
Who are they waiting for?
The Mandalorian.
And there it is, guys. We see IG-11 back. We see Cara Dune back. Chapter 6 of The Mandalorian is going to show us with the gunslinger connecting with a group of mercenaries. Now, who are those group of mercenaries? IG-11, Cara Dune, and the Mandalorian. Now, we do suspect there's going to be a few others. We've seen a few mercenary type characters in the show so far, or at least in the trailers leading up to the show. But we're seeing them come back. Now, additionally, after this episode, after this moment, I got super excited. And I stumbled upon this brief little clip. Now, this is from the JBWebTV. You can check out the full interview here, but it introduces or talks to Dave Filoni with Jon Favreau, and finally, the Mandalorian himself, Pedro Pascal. Now, Dave Filoni's interview was awesome. It was very fascinating. I highly recommend you jumping over to JBWebTV. I'll leave a link in the section below for you guys to watch the full interview. It's fascinating. I loved it. I loved the introduction with Jon Favreau. But what was absolutely mind-blowing was the information that Pedro Pascal dropped in his interview. Now, what's fascinating, again, what's interesting about this is that he's going through and he's talking and he's just dropping information. He's not really saying anything like prepared necessarily, but he's talking about the character. He's talking about the development of the Mandalorian, right? His main character. And he gives us some very, very influential things here. First and foremost, he confirms what I've been suspecting and wanting throughout this season. One is, again, that combination, that culmination, that coming together of a crew. Early on in the season, we do have the Mandalorian asking the Ugnaught whether or not he could join his team. And then throughout the season, we've gotten these kind of key characters, these key people that have shown up that play a pretty important role in the Mandalorian's life. We see the mother from the village. We see the Ugnaught. We see Cara Dune. We see the other Mandalorians, clearly. But what we see here is essentially the Mandalorian establishing his team. That is then confirmed in Pedro Pascal's interview as he talks about the Mandalorian. Listen up.
You know, a band of misfits kind of come together in this first season, and she being the other primary character in the first season, who is, you know, the toughest.
That one line alone tells us, one, yes, he's going to have a band of misfits. We're going, like, there's a reason why the poster, why everything that we see for the advertising of the Mandalorian shows the Mandalorian, Cara Dune, the Ugnaught, and IG-11. It is because they're coming together for a common good, for a common purpose. Will it be to take over the galaxy? Again, probably not. Will they just be a band of mercenaries? Yeah, most likely. But this is amazing. Now, for those of you who care less about that, and maybe are looking for a bigger Easter egg, I've got to say there's another moment in this interview that is absolutely riveting, where the Mandalorian, or Pedro Pascal, gives the Mandalorian a name.
The Mandalorian, whose name is Din Djarin, is your iconic...
That is awesome. Now, whether he let that slip on accident, whether he let that slip on purpose, whether it's a known secret, whether it's even a secret at all, I have no idea. But so far in this series, we have not heard a name for the Mandalorian, and this is awesome. I am very excited, guys. Episode 6 airs on Friday. If you don't have Disney Plus, it is absolutely worth it. Sign up. I don't even get a kickback for it. I mean, sign up just to watch The Mandalorian. It is amazing, my friends. Now, what do you think? Check out the full interview. Seriously, JBWebTV, I'll leave a link in the section below. Check out the full interview. It is absolutely amazing. Again, hearing Pedro Pascal talk about the Mandalorian, kind of what development, how he came into the role, seeing Jon Favreau talk about the technology they used to shoot the Mandalorian, again, really fascinating. And then seeing the passion in Dave Filoni and talking about the character development that is Star Wars is breathtaking, guys. I have said it before. Dave Filoni, Jon Favreau, these gentlemen will save the galaxy. In the hands of these two men, I think we are going to see some much needed, amazing storytelling. Now, I'm very excited. Season 1 is almost over. There's only 3 more episodes. Very, very excited. Check it out. Let me know what you think in this section below. Like, subscribe, share. If you do like this video, please like the video. Please give me a thumbs up and share this with people, because this is freaking awesome. This has been Thaddeus from Going Nerdy, and as always, my friends, smile and stay nerdy.